Waiting for David to come on. Thank you for reminding me. It's recording now. Yep.
And just got there.
Yep. So this is a little, so sort of, it'd be lovely to sit on your display in a little stand with a garter or a little flower beside it to promote bridal showers that we have. And we've got the gorgeous little saying, if you were thinking of giving a gift to help me on my way, a gift of cash from my kitchen would really make my day. And if a special recipe you bring, that would be quite the thing. And I would love that, you know, it's about everyone bringing their own, like their favourite recipe, like the grandma brings her Christmas boiled cake, or someone brings their, you know, famous potato salad, and the bride gets to start up her own little special family cookbooks that, you know, I think is like a little heirloom. So I'm just working on at the moment with some training and some games. So it's something I loved doing when I was out in the field in Boy. So yeah, I think it's quite generic. It's not colourful or bright, but and it's very user friendly too.
I think it's great.
Sorry?
I think it's great.
Thank you. It's something that I think we're in the market to be able to do, you know, oh, that might be David now. So I'll go back to...
Sorry, hi everyone. I've been on for a few minutes. Yeah, just trying to get some updates from Sandra on IT, which I presume you would like to know where we're at. So, so sorry for the delay.
That's okay. Oh, hold on. Let me bring up the full screen. If I stop share.
I like the recipe idea.
Thank you.
My daughter did that for her kitchen tea, and everybody brought a recipe. It was beautiful.
It's a good idea. I must admit, I've never done a lot of kitchen teas.
You know, spring is traditionally for bridal showers, and, you know, so we can get everyone brainstorming. Everyone will have friends who are cake designers, local florists, your beauticians, the hairdressers. So even having something like that sitting near the hairdressers, you know, some people have the small local hairdressers just to advertise with their business cards to let people know that we do bridal showers. So it'll be a fun way to, you know, maybe look at business meetings for September. People can bring their veil if they want to. I've got some fun games. I was telling Philippa about the toilet paper game, dressing up the bride in the toilet paper. So I'm going to let David, I'm just wondering, I'm just going to pause, stop share, and I wonder if that'll take me back. Okay, there we go. All right, we're back.
Good.
Pass it over to David.
Cool. Thanks, everyone. So it just, yeah, sorry for the delays that pushing this out from the normal Monday, but we, you might have seen Tracy and myself were at a Unilever staff day, 2 days, staff expo. I can't say it was the most productive use of our time, but you know, we got some leads. We got a few leads, but not as many as we indicated would be doing. Nowhere near as many as the Telstra Day, which seemed much more productive down in Melbourne. There's an Optus Day coming later in the year up here as well. So, but the positive out of it is our contact at KA is actively they do a lot of staff programs where they go to large corporates, and you know, large corporates want to be able to offer as their staff benefits. It makes the HR department look good to be able to say, you know, they've got this benefit program that you can get a slight discount when you buy your Qantas airline if you work at you know, wherever at Optus, you know, you get a small discount if you're off different vendors into the staff program. So KitchenAid does that more broadly, which means that they've got insight into the HR department, and sometimes they run these days, which is yeah, it's just getting the name out to a group of people that often haven't heard of the product. They've generally heard of KitchenAid. They have, you know, no surprise, I've often heard of the competitor, but most commonly have not heard of this product. So that's, you know, it's been one of the things I've been pushing for quite some time, and they're finally starting to come to the party on that, which is good. I know, Elle, you did the Telstra Day. I thought it was quite useful. There's another one of those coming up in November, I think, so which would be good, going to Christmas. So yeah, that's where we were on Monday, Tuesday. So sorry about that, pushed out to today. Just wanted to give you a quick update on a few things, and then, which I'm sure you'd like to hear, and then get to just making September happen. Thank you, FIP, for your post into Grapevine on it was yesterday, just on the fact that there's some great specials, and we extended the higher value specials from August into September to really keep the party averages up there, and we're seeing that. So that's obviously good news. I did want to touch on some of the challenges I know that are out there and just give you an update on where we're at. Singularly, the number one, and it may, you guys may not pick up on, you may or may not, but you may not pick up on there is a common thread amongst a fair number of the challenges that you're getting, and that's IT. Whether that's be delayed shipping, whether it be occasionally inaccurate shipping because there's manual workarounds, whether it be delayed in warranty claims because the guys on the phones are having to be on the phones and processing credit cards, and therefore there's only so much bandwidth they've got. We put on extra resources, but it means that warranty claims and so on slip, and then so there is a consistent common theme amongst, I would say, 80 to 90% of the challenges that you and your customers are having, and that's the fact that our IT system is significantly compromised. The good news is, we've been working on it. IT never comes to the time frame that you'd ideally like, but unlike the previous platform, which was 9 to 12 months minimum, these guys are much faster, but it's a new platform for us to learn on and have to, obviously there's a fair amount we need to transfer across, most of which has to be done manually and done blah, blah, blah. So it's, but we are in testing. So the vast majority of the products and other things that need to be uploaded to host reward programs and other things are they're either being uploaded or in the process of being uploaded. So it's the broad platform is in place now. It's as a large element which it's up to us, which is a good thing. It's in our control as far as just getting the content of all the products, and there's lots of different carts you need to fill, from host carts to obviously traditional parties to online to blah blah blah. One good thing, once it's done, there will be a single point of truth, which we mentioned, so that will be great for you guys. You won't have to go to this PWS to find that, and other portal to find this. It will be a single point of truth. A significant benefit internally, but flows through obviously to the service levels for you guys, is a single point of truth for us as well. Including things like all the web volumes, which, to help the guys out, I'm sitting here manually uploading the web volumes from the second half of August to get that up to date, so we can process in a month for August. That's all. It's always been done manually because the prior platform, their online cart was such crap that we had to build and pay for and build a completely separate platform which wasn't interfaced at all, including, as we've said, things like ship to Auntie Sally on the other side of the country and allocated against your party in Wagga. So these are all great things. I know you're sitting there going, yeah, show me the money, which is fair enough. But it is, I can only just say, it is coming, and it's coming imminently. I can't promise it'll be ready to fly during this month, but certainly we're pushing for that. I don't know if it's going to happen quite by this month, but certainly the way we're tracking, it's up to testing, but initial testing is tracking the way we would like. We would expect it to be in a few weeks, which might end up being right at the end of the month or very early next month. But I can only promise you it's a light at the end of the tunnel, and it's getting there. And when it comes through, it will be there'll be I would put it 89% of the headaches will basically disappear, because they are all drawn back to to IT and the implications that flow on implications, the manual workarounds, the time that takes for manual workarounds, the manual workarounds, give rise to errors, all these sorts of things. Manual workarounds require us to have more, temp staff come in for the warehouse boys because it's the stuff they're getting just takes longer. So which temp staff don't know the stock, so they come sometimes just peak. I mean, I know I'm not trying to make excuses. I'm just giving you a lot of the challenges are because of all this stuff, which will basically, for all intents and purposes, should disappear once we go live in a few weeks' time. So that's it's close. Other items, and as per Fip's thing, if you haven't watched it, do watch it. I would encourage you really to focus on the products that are in stock, ready to ship, and blah blah blah. And they are all the higher value items anyway. So I know there's noise around certain other items, and it's painful. But I know Ange said you've done the same. You just put a black line through them, and they're just not available. So so that's. And obviously and I do want to loop back to this, but clearly the biggest seller, both revenue and profit, is clearly KA, and there's lots of those sitting in warehouse and they ship within a couple of days. So strongly encourage you to really look back on that. I think the offer this month, I'm interested to hear what your feedback is. I think it's a really, really powerful offer. So I think it was Jane, someone posted earlier about the food processor attachment. So it is off our discounted price. So you're down to $150 for the food processor attachment, which is a great product for really gives added value. People do want to look back to the stand mixer. It's about $450 odd. Our discount that they've given us, and then another $200. So I think it's very powerful. Like always, it's only powerful if people are interested in the products, but interested in other KitchenAid products at the same time. They can use Zip, so if they want to fund it over 12 months, that's great. And anyone that's got a stand mixer, all the attachments, most of them are bobbing around $200. So they effectively get an attachment for anyone that had stand mixer previously. They effectively get an attachment for free. The toasters, the kettles, those sort of things. Everyone needs some of those, and obviously, as you know, they're pretty funky looking. So they're all bobbing around the $200 or slightly over. So I think it's a good deal. I think it's a great deal. I personally think it's more powerful than the free food processor attachment last month, but which did lead to quite a nice uptick in sales. So all the other higher price point items are. That people buy. I mean, knife block's not, but people don't tend to buy that anyway. But all the cookware is available, obviously, so that's good. The majority of other products are either, and it has been a challenge, obviously, when we get in sheer numbers, not probably 15 to 20% of sales, but probably 70 or 80% of the products comes from one factory and it closes down. It causes yes, thanks, Tracy. It causes a scrambling, and I think we've done a reasonably good job in a short space of time to try and find products that will meet the quality and other requirements. So most where we can, I mean, it's not going to be 100% replaced. I will say that almost all the ones that are really popular are either on their way or in later stage of production. So that's coming. We'll give you an update when we, on the drip feed of that. I mean, this one, which is the replacement for the health bars, just arrived 2 days ago. So, it's not many suppliers in China do this, but it's really shiny, it's really pliable, so it's meets some of the key things that we have for our requirements. And obviously we wouldn't source it if it didn't, but it just takes a while to sort through all the crap to find ones that actually do meet the requirements. So they are on their way. Most of the samples we got are not our colours, so Joyce is doing what she can with the samples, but so that comes back to catalogues. We will get the catalogues shot and printed in the next few weeks, but we do need the products, the majority of at least, to be here, because if you're taking a translucent pink product, which is the sample they had, they can give us to trial, and it you just can't do anything with Photoshop to turn that into this color. You can if you're going to do an inkjet, but if you're going to go to professional print, it looks like rubbish. So you do need to get the actual end produced product. So it's just been a delay on that, and as you know, it's another black cat that we haven't run out of catalogues before we were quite ready. But so the new catalogues will be going to print in a few weeks when the products. We're not going to wait for all of them because some of them are a little bit further out, but the majority will be here in a few weeks. So that's, and in that we'll hopefully take some of the pain off you, because obviously products that are no longer available, or in some cases we anticipate won't be available, we may have a small number left but only a few months worth, and for different reasons we're not replacing, they'll disappear. So it won't be the customers are saying, I want that. And it's, the one person every 6 months that buys a garlic press and but where is it, sort of thing. It's just, so that's just working to obviously take those painful aspects to what you're doing.
David, can I ask you, with the price list, the order form, do we need to wait for, I didn't have a chance to ask you this before, so I'm putting you on the spot. Do we need to wait for that? Because we obviously know what products we're putting in. Is that something that can go to print a little bit quicker than the catalogue?
I'm
putting you on the spot, I know.
Well, no, of course, we always do them in tandem, so it wasn't even on the radar. So yes, we should be able to, I suspect we should be able to you're putting me on the spot, so I'll have to look. But there's no inherent reason I would have thought why we couldn't. There'll be a bit of a changeover because some products we know are coming but aren't quite there yet.
Yeah.
So you have to.
I was just thinking, because I know the stocks are low on that as well, and I only thought of it the other day. I forgot to ask you. Maybe that's something we can look at wrapping up, and anything that comes in afterwards, it just goes in the specials bottom, and we can do maybe a print rerun after. Anyway,
we will. We'll maybe just do a very short run so we can
get them out there.
Yep.
Okay.
Another couple of things. I don't want to. I don't think it's appropriate. Well, I can if you, but I really prefer to spend some time on the IT when we can actually show you samples and give you some screenshots and things. So I won't go through all the moving parts for now, but just more. I think the more important thing for you to know is that it's weeks away. It's not months away. And when it comes, I think it'll be it will make a lot of very positive changes to the challenges that are out there, and it will make both your life, your customers' lives, and internally as well, much cleaner, which is good for everyone. The one thing which was asked, which we didn't put, it was just left off in focus, because I don't think we originally put it. I think we put it originally to you guys anyway. Was the 20 centimetre newbie offer? So that has been extended through September. So the primary objective of that is to really give your new team members a really solid start by giving them an extra reason for their friends to host them in the first 6 weeks. They add a benefit in their kit. They do get it as well, so it's an extra freebie for them in their kit, which is a nice extra thing to highlight. But the primary reason we're doing that is so they then have it on offer to be able to show and really make sure ongoing, once again with the onboarding, to make sure they get a really solid start to their business. So that was it was omitted, so we'll get something up on your page, but it's more for your knowledge to talk to, because it's not, well, if people join for the free 20 centimetre, that's great, we'll take it, but that's not the objective. The objective is to those that are joined, then through that joining process, and by the way, you've got this great thing to really help your business get a great start. One thing which we have spoken with KA about, which they've agreed to, it was a good thing, and just say your thoughts, is they are creating a separate flyer called, because clearly firstly on the Do It For Your Mates, thank you so much for supporting that. It's been phenomenal. I know it's some they flew off the shelves, and you're going for second and third raffles, and some it was a bit more pleading and begging and sharing around and so on. So maybe we can take it offline and do some learnings from that as to how we can. I know some of the ones that had the most success were sharing out whole booklets to different people, and so maybe or different find some different strategies to make it easier to clear the 200 tickets. But in total, I think we've raised about approximately 40 grand, which is, we only started this thing 6 weeks ago. I think that's a phenomenal effort. So fantastic! Congratulations to you guys and your teams. I think that's an awesome result, and obviously very, very powerful. One thing which, and I will say this was not, I actually wasn't really expecting this, was it does seem to have generated a lot more awareness of the Cook processor in a much broader group, and clearly it's the number one prize. We knew it was a big draw card, so that was pretty cool. But I suppose I hadn't thought through that by people, because of the cause, was sharing it further and further, and it's actually generated. There are people that are all over the country that have suddenly found. Some people obviously are existing customers; they already knew about it, but it's gone much further than that. KA has I suppose drafted or suggested a thank you, if you like, for those people that have bought tickets in the fundraiser, and that's to do a similar thing to the $200, but just bump it up to $250. So just a slightly bigger, slightly more generous coupon. So we'll send those details through to you. I mean, clearly we don't want this to look like it's thanks for the $20 and now we're going to stalk you forever to buy the Cook processor. But for some people, we do know some people who didn't achieve it, turned around and actually bought it anyway because they'd sort of, in mindset, set their mind on actually getting it. So and they didn't win in the raffle, but they turned around, and there's certainly a couple of anecdotes of that out there. So
it's a nice way to say thank you for participating, and as a thank you from KitchenAid, this is an exclusive offer. So it's just allowing us to reconnect with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people again, which is powerful. So we'll put something up on the leadership page just so you know the exact, but basically it's 250 mates, all lowercase. Don't know if it's case sensitive or not, but anyway, all lowercase. So 250 mates, and that gives, similar to the current KA 200 offer, but it's 250. So if you wanted to use that and just reach out to all those that did buy tickets, just as a thank you, that's available. It's the same process. They do need to buy a Cook processor to trigger the coupon. It's not just a $250 coupon. Some people will be interested in that and others won't. So it's your call as to how you want to manage that. What else? The other main things I really want to update you on the IT and the products and timing, and the majority of them are, I'll say, weeks away. Some will be more mid-October, but the PC basket is going to be mid-October. But the vast majority of silicon is on its way. The knives are still on track to the knife that's in the Fusion, and the shears are on track for shipping later this month, so early October. We absolutely, I know some people have been waiting quite some time for their products. We recognise that, and people do call in, and we're happy to refund them. So that's, I know that's not the outcome we ideally want, but if people are particularly unhappy, then we certainly will. We'll give them a refund depending on when the products arrive, if they're just sick of waiting. Where there are the vast majority of products outstanding are the tongs, which will be here in a couple of weeks, and the Fusion with the kitchen starter pack, which will be here in early October. So that's 90% of the products that are on back order. People are waiting for the rats and mice and other stuff. So. David, someone's asked about the basket, just if where we're at with the PC basket.
So we have sourced. It's it's a different structure. It's all silicon, but it's we've sourced it. I actually think in some ways it works a little bit better. So yes, we have sourced a replacement product for that, which is in production and will be here in I'll say mid-October. I think the production of that was slightly longer, so it's still a few weeks away from shipping, but say mid-October. So when we know when it arrives, we'll get details out to you on that. But yes, we recognise and apologise. I don't think I've ever used it, so I didn't think it was that important. Trace said the same thing. A couple of others, you guys that I did speak to, said you only use it very sporadically. But obviously some of you sell it hard, and it was a big missing benefit. So that was my bad for missing how important that was for some of your customers. I mean, it is what it is. We did need to source another one, but we didn't think it was quite as significant. As they can have mine at home. I think it's been used twice. So that's the sort of stuff that I cook in the PC. Depends what you're cooking in, obviously. Jane, catalogs. It will probably be another. I don't want to don't hold me to this. I'll say early month, late this month, early next month. Some of the products, a fair number of products, we do are arriving in a couple of weeks, and we do need to wait for that before we can photograph them. We're not going to wait for every product to arrive, but there's quite a few that just. The samples we got were not our colours, and you do need to actually photograph the end product, which by definition they had to produce first. So we can't send. I mean, we've got all the structure in place. We know what's going. So there's just gaps, and it's photographed, and it can go off to print. But so it's another couple of weeks before we receive it, and then it'll go to print shortly after that, and it's normally about a week or so turnaround. So we will. Well, no. Sorry, Josie's asking, do we have a list of what products in silicon we're expecting to replace? No, we haven't published anything. Partly that's because some of them, which we know we want to replace, we haven't yet managed to find a suitable replacement that meets the requirements that we're looking for. Some of them we are losing, and to be honest, we could keep them, but we know we only, I'll say the egg poachers, we could find a replacement, not exactly the same, but somewhat similar. But we sell 10 or 12 a month. I mean, it's the customers are saying that they don't really think that, we were selling 300, 400, 500 of those a few years ago. And it's just become, I mean, even in traditional retail, there were other versions. I mean, I like ours, but there are other versions in traditional retail. And, you hardly see them anymore. It's not a product that you see around much anymore. Consumers have, it's been there, done that.
But the basics, like the 12 cup, the mini muffin, they'll all be coming back, I assume. They're the ones you're focusing on.
The ones that, most of the ones you would expect to come back are coming back. There are a few that we are struggling to. We have not yet found ones that we would want to. So there are a small number, but even some of the silicon shapes that there's 3 or 4 little silicon shapes that sell. They're going to account for 80% of the sales. Then it falls away a long way. So there are some we want. So I'll give you one. The loaf, we haven't found a replacement that we think is suitable, which is bizarre. I would have thought we could, but ours was specifically reinforced, so it didn't bulge too much. It bulges a little bit, but not too much. We just haven't been able to find one that meets all the requirements we got. We will.
And a slice, was that one that?
That was quite a small seller. Once again, we're looking for it, but it's been, we really wanted to make sure we got, obviously, the 12, the 24 cup. The health bar is one that we didn't think we'd actually be able to find. We initially were struggled, but we managed to find one supplier. Anyway, look hard enough and scratch hard enough and ask enough referrals. We found a supplier for that. So,
and the 6 1 cups or the 1 cups?
That is one that we definitely know we need to replace. We don't yet have a supplier for that, so we need to figure out that. And I'm sort of trying to find one. We know that's one. So that's probably the most important one that we can't yet supply. But but we know we need to.
Can I suggest, if we find it, that we make it in a set of 8?
Okay,
Yeah.
sure.
I don't know what anybody else thinks, but you can get 8 in a pressure cooker, and
Okay.
Yeah.
just a thought.
Yep, good idea. Good idea. Sure.
Cool. Assuming they'll sit on the new silicon stand that we end up with anyway. It'll depend, I guess. Because on the rack, that's what we do, 4 and 4.
Sure.
So,
I mean, it's silicon, so it's not one. There are some aspects where it's more stable, and other. And being silicon,
is it level or tape or?
it's fairly level. You'll see it when it arrives. So it's yeah. Well, we've got a sample. We'll test it. I mean, I have tested it, but I'll test it again with that. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
I've tested at 1 level. I probably should test it at 2 levels because there's more weight, but it's quite heavily reinforced. I think it'll be fun.
Okay.
Certainly for anything like, ossobuco or lamb shanks or anything like that, it works really well. It works actually.
And the bowls,
I
aren't.
think it works better than the previous one.
Okay.
For those sort of things. The bowls are in production there. It's a different set of 3 that are current ones are 1.5 and 3 litre. It's a set of 3, but they are slightly smaller each, so it's 2, 1.5, 1. So personally, I use the 1.5 90% of the time, but once again, I shouldn't just go on my own. I should go out to you guys. But yeah, so it's a set of 3. They're in production. They're probably, once again, they'll be October. But but yeah, of the ones we're looking, there's the springform pan, the 12 cup, the 24 cup, the tongs, the oven mitts, anyway, about 80% of what we were initially really wanting to make sure we sourced will be here in a few weeks.
But you definitely haven't found a Chan, have you?
Still put him on the spot.
It'll be. I was just wondering. I know that's something you were looking at, and we're looking for one, aren't we?
Yes, I think I've found one, which I really didn't expect to.
Great.
I'm just working through whether it fits in with the rest of the range. But
Excellent.
I think I found one. I didn't think I was going to actually.
Excellent.
That's quite unique.
Cool.
Key thing I really wanted to talk about was actually, putting aside all that, and I fully understand it's top of mind, but as per Pip's video yesterday, focus on what is there, and that's the big sellers, and just doing what you can to make September as strong as possible. We know September's always has distractions, whether it be footy finals or Father's Day is behind us, so it's just, with all those, whenever those sort of things, you just find ways to. All that really means is that you need to focus on the times that are available. If the Western Bulldogs are playing in the finals, then you're probably not going to get. So you and all the Western Bulldogs supporters will be happy to party then. So it's
Tony's a Melbourne supporter, so I'm following him this year.
So it's just finding ways to work around those distractions that, and obviously those distractions are less the case in other states, and partly because in other states, to be perfectly blunt, women seem to follow the AFL much more than they do other codes. So so it's less of a challenge in New South Wales and Queensland.
So David, just something else, because I know we're obviously focusing on the cookware, but I did see that there was that pan that had been bent, and you were going to follow that up. Have you had any feedback on that?
Yes. The supplier's not quite. That he's not quite sure why. He knows why it would happen. He doesn't know why it would happen. It must have just been quite an unlucky the way it fell. I think it was Jill that posted it, but because if you drop it, as with the previous coma, as with Analon or Scanpan, which actually will deform more easily because they're not as heavy a gauge. The nature of the alloy means that it's not cast iron or stainless steel. It doesn't bounce. It will deform. It needs, normally it's being dropped from a higher height, so it's the way I can't answer beyond just it must have been insanely unlucky just where it happened to land on the point of the handle or something which gave it particular reverse force or something, because if you drop it from this high on from 3 feet up, it doesn't have to, it depends how, all these things depends how it lands, but that was no different to the previous one.
But they haven't identified an issue with it.
Well, it's basically the same production, so there's no reason for it to be any different.
Oh, cool.
So no, they do. To be honest, I'll loop back. We always do it in early testing when it's a new product. We don't necessarily do it on a production base on any production run, but certainly when we're early producing, we do drop tests. And there was no issue with the drop test beyond. I say if you drop it from 4 foot high into concrete, you have a reasonable chance it will deform. But it does. It's I can't remember what it is, but I think it is 1 to 2 feet high onto certain surfaces, and it should cope with that. And as a broad product, it shouldn't have that issue. I mean, obviously it did, but it must just happen to be the way it happened to land or something. I'm not sure.
Oh. Cool, thank you. I've got a list here. What else? No, so they're October, we said, because I've got a couple of people I have to follow up with back orders. So is it October, did you say?
So October are for the shears and
weeks
the
away.
So it's shipping late-ish September. It's a couple of weeks shipping. So call it mid-October just to.
Mid-October.
That is the shears and the fusion. Need to get an update. It's a very long production time on knives. So the block is. I need to get an update on that time frame. It's not imminent. It's further out. So, which is why I said if anyone's looking for a place, refund, we're happy to do that because I know that it's just we certainly obviously for obvious reasons didn't want to have the same challenge that we had with some of the production last year with the way the tempering happened. We don't think we are going to, obviously, which is why we've gone with production, but we're just being cautious. Once again, the knife block set, there's very few, almost no one buys it at full price. Some buy it at half price and some do redemption. But it's.
Can I actually ask, with the square roaster, are we just getting one shipment, or is that something you're going to continue with?
The plan currently is to just get one shipment. We'll see how the demand is, but the current plan is to have one shipment. We'll see. We haven't yet. There's an MOQ with that, as it is with all products, and we're not yet at the MOQ, so we're a bit off it still. So the minimum order quantity. So we will have some to be able to continue to offer for hosts beyond the ones that have been pre-ordered. But at this point, we'll see.
It is one ship. Oh.
At this stage, we have found, obviously, we moved the price point as well, but it's the demand for it when it's short, sharp, urgent is many, many, many times what we were selling on a monthly basis when it was always there. So, including for hosts. So host half price is the same as it always had been, but suddenly there's a lot more are redeeming for it. So, not redeeming, but are buying at half price. So we do find with some of these items that it's the sense of urgency does create a much greater demand, which is a good thing, and to be honest, makes our ordering profiles easier, but also from customers' perspective mixes it up.
So we can still order it at half price. Yes,
it's available at half price, and $1.99 for customers, and we extended both that and the half price.
Okay. Cool.
Just having a look at the other messages.
While I think about it, because we're talking product, Christmas, I mean, we're in September. There's obviously, we're doing stuff for Christmas for October, or?
So we have found in the past that starting in October is just too long a campaign. It loses its legs by mid-November. So we do find that it's a better campaign starting November and running through. It just gets more. It keeps its momentum for long enough. So we will be doing something different in October and then having a dedicated campaign from November. So. I mean, it's Tracy's first Christmas with us, so we're still finalising the exact structure of the campaign. But yeah, certainly, the camp. We will have a campaign, but it will be. Yeah, we just found when we started in October or even mid-October, it's just too long. There's just fatigue. So we will be. The idea will be to start 1st of November. And we're still finalising. KA's obviously coming to the party with a few more promotional sort of stuff, so they still are finalising what they're going to offer as well. So, but yeah, so it's certainly not completely locked down, but the time frame is going to be 1st November.
Okay. And I'd have to talk to you about the meetings.
Sure, definitely. Yeah. You've got to get that timing right. Cool. And look, some of the other, so I'm churning through trying to get the web volume done for Catherine because she's under the pump with other things, obviously. So it's all hands on deck in different areas. So some of the other recognition is certainly behind. We're sort of, I say, a lot of balls in the air because a lot of the manual work around. So trying to get those, trying to keep as many people up to date with the warranties, Chef Club, all these things are doing manually. Obviously, phones run hot as well with the credit card, which is a good thing, but it does take time away from other things. Chasing obviously customers that are disappointed they've been waiting for the product. That's all these things take time. So I just ask for your patience still. Expecting the majority to catch up by late this month, early next month when IT's back on track. But until that point, it's just everything's dragged out a lot.
Okay. And just one question, because I've been asked by a few people now, the $500 vouchers and the 8 to win. Any idea when they'll be going out?
Yeah, so we were wanting to do them all at once because it is it's just painful to. I mean, it's a bit of work and there's admin fees and other things to drip feed it. So we were wanting to do them all at once. We are basically going to have to loop around and just do the 500 because the 8 to win is still taking, that has taken, to be honest, taken a bit of a backseat. We're up to date until say July, but it's that has taken a bit of backseat in the assessing of that. So we are going to have to bite the bullet, I think, and just do it in 2 stages: 500 first, and then the 8 to win is a separate thing that's sent. So, yeah, apologise for that. It's just added to the list of things that we were, just gets.
Sure.
Yeah.
So the 500, have just a rough estimate of when we get that, and then the 8 to win. Any ideas when you think they might get done?
So the 500 has, obviously they were assessed some time ago, so I'll need to double check with Catherine, but there's no reason for this to be changed. So they will have been assessed some time ago. I will loop back to her and just see. Then we need to obviously get on to Westford. I don't even know what the process is. I'll have to do it because they're flat out with. I know I'm throwing it. I don't mean to make excuses, but just awareness. Even the changeover of the IT is a massive resource drain in and of itself,
sure.
let alone all the other stuff. So I just need to double check with Catherine what the process is, and I'll say early to mid next week. But I don't even know if it's an electronic process or we need to order them, have them shipped here in bulk, and then ship out. I don't know. I'm not sure what the process there is.
Okay.
So I'll just check with her. But let's say mid next week. Give us a few
Awesome.
days to figure it out, get them ordered, and figure out what we're doing.
That's good. And then the 8 to win a few weeks after that. I'm
It's
guessing.
probably going to be a couple of weeks after that. Yep.
Thank you.
There's less of those. I mean, unfortunately, not many people handed in the referral, which was the primary driver of that. It wasn't doing 4 parties. It wasn't blah, blah, blah. It was the primary driver was referral, and that didn't happen particularly consistently. So there's much less of those.
All right, cool.
So,
Thanks.
yeah, cool.
Gives us a guide.
Sure. Okay.
I think I've got all my questions answered. Thank you. I'm up to date.
I think that would be great, Pauline, to have them at the business meetings. Be great recognition.
Yep.
Oh, that'd be
So,
nice. Yeah, good idea, Pauline.
If you don't mind, maybe we're going for that one. Yep, that'd be a good one.
Well, that's when's that? Not next week, the week after.
Sure. Yeah, that'd be a good one.
Cool.
Okay.
Oh,
sounds good.
I didn't see somebody else had asked. Sorry. Not reading the chat.
Fantastic. Okay. Well, thank you, everyone. And yeah, encourage you to have a look at FIP's video if you haven't done yet, because it was just, I think it was, I mean, $2,300 party. So that's good use of the time, and it's just focusing on what is available. And sort of, we're drafting some strategies, but clearly the key high value product that is available is KA. There's certainly, the drought in conjunction with the other promos have certainly seen a good uplift in sales of those. So that's awesome. And let's keep pushing ahead with that.
Cool.
Cool. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.